Jesse, we've talked about so many things today, but one thing I wanted to ask you about was the use of supplements. I take a lot of supplements every day. I've felt better because of them. It's had a big impact on my personal life. And I was always someone who was playing around. I think supplements are also things that you have to test and experiment and see what works for you as a combination. Yeah. What's your take on supplements?
Well, I know supplements in the glucose space, right? And I can't comment on all the other stuff. I'm sure there's great things for other stuff you're trying to optimize. But when it comes to glucose, so people often ask me, instead of doing the vinegar hack, can I take a vinegar gummy? When I can't have a veggie starter, can I take fiber pills? My dad has diabetes, doesn't want to change his diet. What can I give him? And I spent the last few years researching extensively this space and what are some cool molecules that could actually help your glucose levels. Unfortunately, what's on the market today, at worst, actually contains sugar and creates a glucose spike under the guise of going to help you with your glucose levels. And that's just so annoying to me. And there's some good stuff out there, but I've actually created something incredible that is the best thing on the market if you want to help your journey to steady glucose with a supplement. Now, I'll explain what it is, but I don't want people to think this is a magic pill. You should do the food hacks first and foremost. Okay, that is going to have the biggest, most powerful impact on your health. But a supplement can also help. So I've identified 4 plants, Jay, that have existed forever, but that recent science has shown have an incredible impact on our glucose levels. These are white mulberry leaf, lemon extract, cinnamon, and antioxidants from green vegetables. I've put them all together into a capsule. You take it before a meal, and it reduces the glucose spike of your meal by up to 40%.
Wow.
And this is more powerful than vinegar, which was up to 30%. I know.
Give it to me now.
I got some bag for you.
Good. I'm being serious.
I've got some. Yeah. So if you want extra help, this is the thing you need. It's called Anti-Spike Formula. You can find it on my website, antispike.com. And it not only has this immediate impact on the glucose spike of a meal, it also builds up benefit over time. It reduces inflammation. It reduces your fasting glucose levels. It increases GLP-1, which is a hormone we've spoken a lot about recently in the media because of things like Ozempic. GLP-1 is a really cool hormone that just makes you feel fuller. And Ozempic tricks your brain into thinking there's more GLP-1 in your body than there actually is. But with anti-spike, you're actually harnessing natural pathways to increase it for real. So this is my latest creation, and I hope it's going to help a lot of people. You know, when you're at 4 p.m. birthday party, when you're traveling, when you can't do the hacks, anti-spike will be there for you. But again, do the food hacks first. It's just an additional hack to help.
Yeah. I want to try it for sure.
I have it in my bag.
Yeah, I love that. What is your take on Ozempic? I mean, based on what you just mentioned there, what's been your assessment of it? I'm sure you've seen people who are on it.
Yeah. Listen, I think for a lot of people, it's been kind of a godsend. They've really struggled their whole life with their weight. And for some people, that's their objective, right? So whether you take it or you don't take it, it's not my place to judge. But what I've found, Jay, is that if you think about it, this craze has shown us that we live in a society in which our food system is so toxic that we need to take a pill to prevent us from eating the food around us. Do you understand how sad that is? So I just feel a bit worried and a bit disheartened that we've gone to that place. And also, when people lose weight on Ozempic, they don't just lose fat, they also lose muscle mass. And so when you stop taking Ozempic and if you gain weight back, you often just gain fat back. And so overall, you're in a worse place. So whether or not you take it, it's important to learn my hacks. So that way, when you stop it, you sustain it, right? But yeah, I mean, wow, what can I say? Crazy world we live in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate you touching on that cultural challenge that we have on a number of parts in our conversation. And I really think that that's at the heart of a lot of what you're saying, is that everyone out there who's listening right now who feels like they don't like the way they eat, they don't like what they eat, they judge their body, they look at the mirror first thing in the morning and criticize themselves. It all comes from programming and conditioning.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
No.
And you were set up to feel that way.
Yes. And there's a lot of money being made off your back because
Yeah.
you feel that way.
Yeah. And so I think a lot of people, we beat ourselves up and we think, oh, what's wrong with me? Or there must be something really bad with me. Or, oh my gosh, I'm not disciplined enough and I don't have good habits.
No, it's not about discipline. It's not about laziness.
Everything's temptation, choices.
Yeah. toxic food around you that's cheap, misleading marketing messages, incorrect information. So we need to go back to teaching people how their body actually functions, and the science and the physiology. And Jay, I hope I will become completely irrelevant. I hope this information will be so common knowledge. People will be like, yep, wear sunscreen, drink water, brush your teeth, have a savory breakfast. Like, I want my stuff to be at that level, and I want to retire and disappear because everybody needs to know this. It should be taught in schools.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a basic right to understand how your body functions and how to navigate this difficult food landscape that we live in.
Absolutely. And the courage that any of you have right now who are listening and even wanting to take one step towards that agency that Jesse's been talking about, that's a huge win.
Yes.
Because we're operating in a society where even taking that one step is often so difficult because of all the messages we're hearing around us. So anyone who's listening and about to take that first step, go and order a copy of Glucose Revolution right now, the life-changing power of balancing your blood sugar. And of course, check out antispike.com to figure out if you need to add that once you've done Jesse's hacks.